because we're going to talk everything fashion-related when it comes to this wedding. So who do we have in studio tonight?
Well, it is with great pleasure that we have in studio with us Marvin K. Now, Marvin is the creative director, founder and president of a company called Aquatalia, and a friend of mine that I've known for many, many years, worn his shoes. And the company started off 20 years ago in Italy, and it's distributed throughout Canada, the US, Australia, the UK and Japan, at all the high-end stores. And there is a major connection to Kate Middleton. And Marvin, I would love you to tell the enchanted story, because it is a beautiful story, and I congratulate you. So fire away, my love.
And welcome, Marvin.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an interesting story because it started in February, and I happened to be in London at the time. And we found out that Kate, which she often does, just goes shopping as anybody else would walk into a retail shop. And I think one of her favorite areas in London to shop is an area called Chelsea. The main shopping street in Chelsea is called King's Road.
Lovely, lovely street to shop.
And she walked into a store called Russell & Bromley. Russell & Bromley carries Aquatalia. They have 45 stores throughout the UK and Scotland. And she walked in with her mother. And the sales girl wasn't sure it was Kate because she's very unassuming when she walks in public. There weren't any bodyguards, but I'm pretty sure there were some out on the street.
Right, right.
So she came in to shop for shoes. And she tried on several different models, and then she, luckily for us, discovered Aquatalia, which is our brand. And at the end of the half an hour that she spent in the shop, she bought 4 pairs of our boots and walked out with them. We found out about it the next day because they had just gotten engaged, I think about a week or 10 days before. And in her first official engagement, which was when she christened the lifeboat with William, she was photographed wearing our short booties called, at the time it was called Rouge, but we've now renamed it Royal for obvious reasons.
Excellent choice.
And the press picked it up immediately for several reasons. Number one, because the press now is following her incessantly. Anything she buys, anything she wears, anything she says has become a very hot topic amongst not only the UK public, but I think around the world. And it was very interesting because Kate has traditionally worn in the fall and winter only boots to the knee, and always boots to the knee. And this was the first time she wore a short bootie with a 3/4 coat. And that in itself caught the eye of the press. And of course, they picked up our brand because they all wanted to know where she bought it, what the brands were.
Right.
What attracted her to the products. And she was photographed, and we got a lot of publicity, not only in the press, but also all over the net, and different bloggers, et cetera, and it went all around the world.
Is this, how big a win is this for you as a designer?
It's a tremendous win because it's obviously something that you can't buy. I strongly feel that Kate is the ultimate celebrity. When we've talked about celebrities for so many years, we always think of Hollywood. And as we know, Hollywood celebrities come and they go. But Kate, to me, is the ultimate celebrity because not only does she have that aura of specialness, she also connects with the average woman on the street. She's not pretentious. She's very sophisticated, very classy, very understated. And
she's not
somewhere
going
down the road
either.
No, but somewhere down the road, she's a future Queen of England. So a bigger celebrity you cannot attach to. And the fact that she purchased our brand unsolicited, and she chose it from amongst a sea of other more high-profile brands, similar brands that are comparable to ours, probably, okay? She was attracted by our design. She tried it on, our comfort, and she paid retail. It wasn't a gift. We didn't chase her. We didn't donate anything for her. She went out and bought it at retail like anybody else would buy it at retail. So as a creative director, as a person who's worked for so many years to develop the product, it's the ultimate compliment that somebody of that stature would connect with what we're doing.
Marvin K is with us. He's a designer, and Kate Middleton now wears his footwear, which is really neat. Also in studio to help me out with the fashion aspect, because I'm kind of dumb on the issue, is of course Orla and our fashion correspondent Paris Mansouri. More with the girls and Marvin in a second. It's 8:15 on CJAD.
Come on. Come on. He has his finger on the pulse of Montreal. It's Delmar at Night on CJAD 800.
Come on, come on, come on.
The girls are helping me out with Fashion Talk, the Royal Wedding post-game show. Orla's here, our fashion correspondent, Paris Mansouri, and also in studio, Marvin K. Marvin is the creative director and president of Aquatalia, and Kate wears his footwear, which is really quite neat.
Yes, and we're very lucky to have Marvin here in the studio. And one question I'd like to ask you, Marvin, what is the Kate effect on Aquatalia now?
Well, there's the present and there's the future, obviously. And the Kate effect immediately after she was photographed wearing our products in the first official function that she did, and then subsequently when she went to Oxford University.
With the gorgeous red suit.
With that gorgeous red suit, which I think that picture with the red suit, I think I've seen it in just about every magazine that was published at the time and still is.
Yes.
Wearing our beautiful to-the-knee black suede stretch boots. Immediately, we got emails from all over the world. We got emails from consumers first who wanted to know where they could buy the boots that Kate was wearing. And we got emails from Singapore, Malaysia, New Zealand,
Wow.
Europe.
Your marketing director must have thought, what's up with my computer? My inbox is going crazy.
Yeah, it was heating up.
Yeah.
So then
definitely.
what happens? What happens when you get such a massive request that you're probably not ready for? Because you didn't know that she was going to purchase those shoes. So what happens? And then do you permanently keep those boots in your life? I imagine you're not going to want to discontinue them because they're going to become a classic, clearly. So what happens afterwards?
Well, there were some retailers, specifically Russell & Bromley in the UK, that was positioned for immediate success because luck would have it, he had inventory on display of the two boots that she was photographed wearing. And he had an immediate surge in business and sold out all of his inventory. It was already the end of February. But what happens with this is, and we're trying to define the Kate effect as we know it today, it's built a tremendous momentum, not only for whatever Kate chooses to wear, but also for the brand. It gave a lot of credibility to our brand worldwide. In just about every milieu that we can define. And a lot of our retailers, most of our retailers got very excited that they were carrying a brand that was associated with Kate. And what's happening is that they're all planning major promotions for the fall. Specifically, the two boots that she was wearing, those two boots are going to be made exclusively for Nordstrom in the U.S., for this particular fall. But we have a lot of variations of those boots in the Aquatalia collection, which is distributed in the countries that Orla had mentioned before.
And the good thing is, I don't have to go shopping because I have that black pair of boots, which I got last year.
Yeah, I have to say that Orla has great taste because she preceded Kate by a full season.
Kate followed me, I have to add.
Right. I'm wondering if we should tell Kate about that.
No, I think Kate saw pictures of Orla wearing them and she said, I have to have them.
Let's just set the record straight. That's the way it works. Exactly.
And I'm sure people at home are wondering, okay, where does he sell? Where is Aquatalia sold in Montreal specifically?
In Montreal, Aquatalia sold at Holt Renfrew, Browns, and Ogilvy's, and several other major better-end retailers throughout the city. But I say the three premium retailers would be Ogilvy's, Browns, and Holt Renfrew.
And also on your website, you have actually the pictures of Kate wearing your boots, and on your website, and also other locations of where they can shop, and that's Aquatalia.com.
Aquatalia.com. It's on our website. It's also on our Facebook page.
And let me ask you, what do you think? Because nobody's seen the style of Kate's shoes today. What do you think she was wearing?
Well, it's good speculation because the dress was so spectacular that everybody watched what she was wearing.
I know, nobody asked about the shoes.
and the dress, the way it laid out and with the length of the train, was very hard to see what she was wearing. But definitely because if you back up and you take a look at the previous pictures that were publicized about Kate, where the shoes or the boots are complementing the suit or the coat that she's wearing. In a wedding dress, traditionally, the bride would wear very classic mid-heel pumps. Kate is very tall. Anyway, I think she's about 5'10", if I remember correctly. And so she would probably wear classic mid-heel pumps that would be comfortable, that she wouldn't, she had to be careful that she wouldn't trip.
Oh my
As she was
goodness,
walking,
yes.
you can see when her father walked her in and Prince William walked her out, they were very careful not to step on the dress. It was very difficult to get close to her. They were always standing a little bit and always looking down.
Right.
You notice Kate was looking up
Yes.
and William was looking down because I don't think he wanted to step on a dress and have an accident in front of 2 billion people.
Yeah, no
watching,
kidding.
okay? And so I would say that she was wearing a classic pump mid-heel just to be comfortable and make sure it was functional at the same time.
Dan?
Marvin, tell us more about yourself. How long have you been designing, and has this been a goal of yours to get your shoes onto someone famous?
It's always been a goal of any designer to be associated with a high-profile person or a celebrity, and you always plan for it. But it's something that it just has to happen. It's very difficult. We were quite fortunate. Because in business, you not only can plan for success, you have to be in the right place at the right time. And obviously, Kate went shopping that day. She discovered our brand. And just as a side story to this, her mother also wears our brand. So it seems to now permeate through the family. I'm not quite sure about the sister yet, but I know the mother's been photographed wearing our brand. But now that Kate is also wearing our brand, it's definitely a lifelong dream to sometimes, as a designer, you work or you toil in oblivion and you're sure that nobody appreciates what you're doing.
Right.
And we all feel the ebbs and flows of business and we have the business cycles which sometimes are euphoric, sometimes they're quite the opposite. But we always toil hoping that we're doing the right thing and that the public will appreciate what we do and what we present to them. And this is the icing on the cake.
Marvin,
that's all I can say.
I can't imagine it happening to a nicer, more talented, lovely man that I know. I'm so happy for you. This is absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Willa.
So give us some hot tips of what's coming. What's the trend for summer that we should all be, going out and buying right now?
Well, the trend for summer in opened-up shoes or sandals are higher-cut shoes, higher on the foot, even above the ankle bone, with lots of cutouts. Platforms with higher heels, and platforms with higher heels are a great way for a woman to wear high heels because the platform gives you the height.
Right.
But if you take away the thickness of the platform from the height of the heel, it's still quite a comfortable walking height, so that you're not always pitching forward on the ball of your foot. You're wearing it comfortable, but you feel feminine.
Yes.
And the style is definitely that height with the higher cut shoes or opened up booties on the foot. That's really the real trend for the spring and summer season.